it's unmuted and the video's on, so sit down and they should start asking.
Hey, Johnny, nice to finally meet you. First question I guess I have is you've put on about 20 to 25 pounds, I would say, since you've gotten to school. What was that process like of getting your body ready to play in the Big Ten?
Well, I came up here already conditioned and ready to play. I knew I was going to have to gain weight to be able to play in the Big Ten, definitely as a defensive lineman. So I just had to gain the weight and stay in shape, really. That's all to it. And I gained a lot of muscle weight, too.
And then you've obviously the team struggled through the first 3 weeks, and I'm sure that's really frustrating for you. But on an individual basis, what are you most impressed with about yourself and your individual performance through the first 3 weeks? Were you expecting to have as big of an impact and have as much success as you've had?
Honestly, not really. I wasn't expecting to play a lot as a freshman, but injuries happen and things happen, so I had to step up and play, and I just had to play the role.
And what's impressed you most about your player? What are you most proud of throughout the first 3 weeks in terms of your individual performance?
Individually, I'm proud of just making big plays that help my team try to come back in the football game.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
Johnny, hope you're well, man. Just wondering what's been the biggest challenge for you or biggest adjustment to playing Big Ten defensive tackle?
Most definitely the speed. The offensive lineman play, I guess, are about 340, 350 each game, and they're moving almost at the same speed as me. So I just got to adjust to the speed of the games. It's really different from high school. So once I adjust to that, I think I'll be really good.
And I know you spent time as a hooper. I know you spent time as a running back. So what have you learned most as a defensive tackle in your time at Illinois so far?
I learned a lot about hand placement and just playing my position in high school. I was an all-around player making plays everywhere. Now I have to just play my position and trust the rest of our defense to make the play.
Thanks, Johnny.
You're welcome.
Hey, Johnny, was there a point in these last 3 games that you settled in on the field? I mean, is there one play that comes to mind where you kind of got back to playing football and not having to think and adjust to being in the Big Ten?
I would say the forced fumble against Purdue really set the tone for me in my game. It really gave me enough confidence for my game, and I think that's what set me off.
And then what's this been like? I mean, I know Minnesota, their offensive linemen played well. What do you guys have to do as a defensive front to kind of, get back in? Because you guys played around pretty well in those first 2 weeks.
We have to be more physical. Coach Lovey talked to us about being more physical, and we just have to bring it, stare in our gaps, do our assignments, and get off the blocks and make tackles and help our team out, help our DBs out in the pass rush. That's what Coach Smith wants us to do. So that's what we got to do.
My last thing is, have you gone to Rod Smith to try to lobby for some goal line carries here, or have you pitched yourself like that yet?
No, sir, not yet, but hopefully he'll let me get back there and get the rod.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Hey, Johnny, good to see you. I saw on your Illinois bio that you said you were impressed with the engineering school here.
Yes, sir.
I think that you're in DGS right now, but are you trying to do engineering?
Yeah, I was trying to do engineering. I didn't get accepted, quite frankly, but I'm still going to try to apply next semester and see what happens.
That's awesome, man. Go for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you don't see many athletes that are engineers. That it's
Yes, sir.
tough major.
I mean, I know it's a challenge, but I'm always down for a good challenge.
Yeah. Talking about challenges, obviously you found yourself in a pretty significant role here so far. I just am wondering, is there anything you've been surprised by in your own abilities?
I've been surprised by my strength, and really my speed is what sets me apart from other players. And my coach tells me that every day. Coach Smith tells me that every day, and I just have to believe in my speed and my strength.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Johnny, obviously everybody affected by the pandemic as far as preparation goes, but for you coming out of high school and trying to make this transition to Big Ten ball while also being so uncertain about whether you guys get to play at all. How did the pandemic, I guess, affect your preparation for Big Ten football? Did the games being pushed back a little bit maybe get you possibly more prepared for Big Ten football in any way?
It affected me in both ways. I also had COVID when I first came up here, so I had to sit out for the first few weeks, and then I had to sit out for heart problems. So that set me back, but them pushing the schedule back really helped me get more prepared for the other teams, get my strength up more, and just learn the playbook more and get more ready for the games.
How did you handle that sitting out for the COVID diagnosis and the heart issues, as you said? What was that like for you?
It was pretty boring, and I felt pretty bad being away from my team, not being able to help my team. And I just wanted to get back out and do anything I could to help my team be better.
Thanks, Johnny.
Thank you very much.
Johnny, what was your relationship like with Austin Clark? And then what was your emotions like when, he was going to leave Illinois to go to the NFL and you were going to have a new position coach immediately at Illinois? How did that affect you and your emotions and your mindset?
Me and Coach Clark, we were really getting close in the recruiting process in the last few weeks, of course. We were like buddy and buddy. We talked to each other almost every day. Me and Coach Smith and Coach Clark, we talked about 2 to 3 times every week while I was getting recruited. And it really hurt me when I heard Coach Clark was leaving. But when I heard he was going to the NFL, I was really happy for him, of course, because that's the goal for all of us, players and coaches, to get to the NFL. So I was really happy for him and for his success.
And during the recruiting process, I think it was Coach Clark that told me that you were pretty close with Deuce Spann. How did that relationship start, and has that kind of evolved since you guys both have kind of gotten here?
Me and Deuce, we played on the same Little League football team, and we went to the same middle school. So we've been best friends ever since the 6th grade. So, even up here, we're still best of friends, and we're just close with each other. We always motivate each other to do better.
And lastly, I wanted to follow up on what Colin asked you about, your COVID diagnosis and, your heart issue. How scary was that for you? Were they telling you that your heart issue was directly related to testing positive for COVID? Do you know why that is? And is there anything you can do about it, more or less?
Yes. I had to sit out for 3 weeks, I think, because of it. I wanted to get it tested because I heard it was going around that other players in the Big Ten had it. So I wanted to check it out for myself and see if I had it. It was a really big thing for me. I didn't know if it would stop me from playing football or not. So I just wanted to get it checked. And I know that it's curable and that you could do something about it. So I'm not really worried about that. I just wanted to make sure that my health was all right.
Thanks, Johnny. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Johnny, I just had a follow up on that. So did you have a heart issue or did you just get checked out for it?
I got checked out for it, but I still had to sit out for it, and I didn't have it.
Okay. Yeah. So how did you kind of bounce back from not really being able to do much? What were you able to do where you're sitting out physically, and how did you get back on track?
I just took in a lot of mental reps, and I watched a lot of film, of course, just on every team that we play, just to get the feeling of what other teams do, just to get ready before the season even started. And while watching practice, I took many mental reps on the starters, of course, see what he does, watch his moves and all that.
So was that when you got here in June or was it July?
It was, and this happened actually in August.
August. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I just wanted to build on that, Johnny. I'm trying to imagine being in your shoes. You go to college for the first time. You're there for a couple of months, and you're dealing with this virus, all this way away from home. What was that like for you? How did you kind of work through that? Because obviously you're in isolation for some number of time.
Really, just standing in a hotel room, I had to motivate myself to do workouts and do everything. It's really not anything to do. We sit in a hotel room all day, can't do anything. So I just really had to keep my head up. My family and my teammates really kept me motivated to keep pushing. So I did a lot of workouts in my room and studied a lot of film, talked to my coaches a lot. They told me everything was going to be all right.
Does that make playing in these first 3 games even better? That you didn't really miss any, it wasn't too far of a setback for you, I guess is what I'm saying. Does that make that any better to play this well this early?
Yes, it definitely made it better. These 3 games made me feel more confident in my game than anything else, and I feel like I'll just keep getting better every week.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you.
I think you're good.
Okay.
Well, I got a quick one here, Brett. Sorry.
Go ahead.
So Johnny, I saw you were previously committed to Maryland. Was there a reason to switch, and what did you like from Illinois?
I really like the players for Illinois and the coaching staff. Really, both teams have a really good coaching staff. That was not the problem. I just wanted to really focus on school more than anything else because I know that football won't last forever. So I was focusing on my major rather than sports in that aspect.
Where do you see your future here with the program? What do you hope to accomplish? And then what's next for you after college? Like you said, football doesn't last forever.
I hope to turn the football program around. Of course, that's what Coach Smith wants to do, turn the football program around. I want to help the defense become better, help better recruits come here. And after football, I really want to have my own mechanical engineering business, and I want to design cars.
Awesome. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Hit mute over there, Josh.
Okay.